Daniel Daly here for Truth About Creation 7. This is the Holy Bible. Pharaoh's daughter receiving little baby Moses. King James Version. Okay. Now for Truth About Creation 7. Okay. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 2. And from verse 21 to verse 25. I'll read it out. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Now this is the key verse I want to talk about, and then I'll finish it. Verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and there shall be one flesh. And verse 25, and they were both naked, the man and his wife were not ashamed. Okay, now, verse 24 is the key verse I want to talk about. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and there shall be one flesh. Okay. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother. So when a man is finished with his mother and father's household, his father and mother's household, and moves on to form a family of his own, the normal idea, he moves out of his mother and father's home and forms a family of his own with his wife. The natural progress of being a child of parents, going into the real world, forming your own household, and gaining a wife to produce family of your own. So that's the normal course of affairs. That's generally the normal pattern of behavior for human beings scripturally in the Rainbow Torah teaching. A man, once he becomes of age, suitable enough, and technically it's puberty. Once he's capable of siring children at the onset of puberty, technically that's legal enough age for marriage scripturally. A man can leave his father and mother scripturally, once he's reached the age of puberty. Different societies, for example, in Australia, it's the age of 16. That certainly has to be kept in mind. But legally, scripturally, it's on the onset of puberty when they're capable of biologically having children. So the idea is that when you reach a certain age and ready to have children of your own, you leave your parents' household and you have to be part of your own household with your own wife. It's generally probably your responsibility as a man to take care of the household and ensure that it has, usually in this modern era, an income of sorts. In the Garden of Eden era, you have to be responsible for watching over your wife and getting the fruits and vegetables and things like that to provide food and sustenance for the family in the Garden of Eden times. But society has moved on, isn't it? Eden is complicated for many thousands of years, and we live in a very complex world now with a lot more going on. So you leave your parents and you form your household of your own, and you marry a woman and become one flesh with her. Now, the idea is certainly not that you go off and play the field. That's not talked about. Going off wild, rampant fornication with every woman under the sun. That's not explicated in the Rainbow Torah as a normal idea or as a scriptural idea. It's not a scriptural idea, fornicating around. It's not a scriptural concept. It certainly happens in the real world. Out there they do it all day long. But it's not a scripturally sanctified or ordained way of life for Adamite Noahide. It's not something which is suggested as okay, or go off and play the field. It's not in there. The normal course of affairs, the normal behavior is to leave your parents' household once you're capable of having children, have an inclination to do as such, and the ability to do as such, and potentially in this modern era, an income to be able to do as such. You leave off your parents and form a household of your own, taking your wife, produce family and so forth, and on it perpetuates from generation to generation. That's a normal biblical idea, and that's the Truth About Creation 7.